Howdy Cowpoke, Awesome BMX here. In today's beginner video, episode number 2, we're going to be talking about ability cards. What are they? How do they work? What's the best ones to use? Ability cards have been around since the beginning of Red Dead Online. A few have been added and I use them quite a lot. But of course they all depend on your play style, because you could set up a defensive setup where you just can take a lot of shots. You can set up a combat setup where you deal tons of damage. You can set up a recovery where you gain a lot more health when you're playing. You can set up combinations of all those. There's even ways to make it so if you're riding your horse a whole bunch, then you can have a great setup that way. So first, let's go over the basics of ability cards. To get your ability cards, the easiest way is to open your weapon wheel and hit triangle. On PlayStation, of course. Your ability card setup will look like this. Your ability loadout. Now, when you first start out, you'll be able to unlock your Deadeye. I think your passive 1 spot will open at rank 10. Passive 2 spot opens at rank 20. And then your passive 3 spot will open at rank 40. Once you hit rank 40, you should have almost all the ability cards open. There are a handful, I think 6 or 7 at the most, that unlock after rank 40. So you may need to get, I think, up to rank 50 or so to unlock all the ability cards. We're going to be going over a whole bunch of them, so you may not have them quite yet. So in your Deadeye slot, of course, you can only have Deadeye cards which are active when your Deadeye is active. We have a moment of recuperate, focus fire, paint it black, slow and steady, quiet inspiration, and slippery bastard. And of course, depending on your game style, could use any one of these you want. I usually have painted black on, and we'll go over through some builds at the end of this video. Slippery Bastard's really good. I don't usually use this too much, and I need to rank it up. We'll talk about that in a second as well. This allows it when painted black is on, no one can lock onto you, and their accuracy is terrible. It's super OP in a couple builds. I used to use Focus Fire quite a lot as well. It allows to have a lot more damage when your Deadeye is active, and I'll show you guys a good way to make sure all your cards are being worked. If you look at the passives, there's 3 different sections as we talked about. There's recovery, which are all green, which these ones will, you know what they do. They recover your health or your stamina or things like that while you're doing damage, or just increases the ability to walk around and get those recoveries. There's also defensive abilities. The defensive abilities will lower the damage that you take, depending on when you're getting shot, or if you're behind cover, or if you, while you're sprinting, you'll take less damage, things like that. And then there's combat abilities, which, of course, they increase your damage given. So I usually use Gunslinger's Choice because it increases your damage when you're dual wielding. Short game's another good one for that as well, because it increases your damage to targets closer to you. Although some of them do have side drawbacks, which this one decreases your damage from targets far away. So it all depends on your game style, and we'll go over a couple builds on what to look for that. The next thing we want to talk about, though, is the upgrading. As you can see, I have ability cards that are different colors here, and that's what we need to look at real quick. All of the ones I currently use in my current build are rank 3. You definitely want to start ranking those ones up when you find a good build that you like, to be able to get those to work. To be able to do that, it's fairly easy. You just need to actually equip a card. Like right now, I have this card right here, Necessity Breeds. I must have used this a while. Like if I equip Sharpshooter, just like that. Now I have Sharpshooter equipped right here. This thing, if I go back into it, has 0 of 10,000 XP. That means that I need to get 10,000 XP to be able to unlock the ability to upgrade this. Now, what kind of XP is that? It's any XP, anything at all. If we go out here right now and we get into a gunfight and we shoot some people, or maybe there's a collectible here or something we can pick up. I don't think there is. But if we just get any kind of XP at all, let's see if we can shoot this guy real fast. Get him mad at us. There, he's mad at us. Now we should be able to shoot him and get some XP. There we go. We got 5 XP. That's all we needed. 5. Got some special ammo. I'm going to run away real quick because these guys are coming after me now. I should have shot a bird. Dang it. A bird would have been a lot better. Let's go hide over here real quick outside the red, and we'll check our ability loadout again. Because now that 5 and 5, that 10 XP, should show up over there. Let's go hide in these bushes real quick. This should be far enough. Yeah, let's go hide right over here in these bushes. If we go back to these cards real quick, and go back to Sharpshooter, and go back into it, we have 10 XP. As you can see right there, 10 of 10,000. So just having these cards equipped in your ability loadout will gain XP for them. Once they're fully ranked up, as you can see Necessity Breeds is, you will have the ability to upgrade them. There's 2 different upgrades. There is upgrade level 2, which is $350, unless, like I have right now, you have an upgrade ability available, which watch your awards from Rockstar. They give out those quite a lot, especially in Outlaw passes. So we do have one available right now. I'll go ahead and unlock this, and you will see what it looks like. You just go into here. Usually this will be $350, and once you unlock that, you actually will be able to start upgrading it to level 3. And I just got killed because we weren't watching what we were doing. Apparently Van Horn guys are pretty mad at us for shooting their buddy. Now if we go over to Necessity Breeds, it's at rank 2. Now we need 1500 XP to be able to unlock the ability to rank it up to rank 3. It does cost a little more to unlock to rank 3. It is $500. So it's $350 to unlock to rank 2 and $500 to unlock to rank 3. So all of these cards will cost you $850 if you don't have any coupons to be able to fully unlock them. They are pretty easy to get ranked up as well with the actual XP available. So if you find the cards that you really like, definitely work on getting those ranked up. Like Come Back Stronger, I have this one, I can unlock this one. I actually have a free ability, and this one's already ranked up, so maybe we should just rank that one up as well. That'd probably be a good idea to use these cards before they expire. I always forget to do that because I never go in here and change stuff out, because we'll talk about a few things. We'd like to see some changes on those. But there we go. We got that one as well. So what I'm going to do is actually set up a couple things to show you. We have Paint It Black on. We're going to change these back to our normal ones that we usually use, Gunslinger's Choice. And we're going to change this one to the short game, just so I can showcase a couple things real quick. So right now we have Gunslinger's Choice, short game, and winning streak. As you can see, they're all yellow. That means they're all dealing extra damage. Gunslinger's Choice shows while dual wielding with ranged weapons, which means, you know, like pistols, the only thing you can dual wield anyway, or, you know, pistols, revolvers, sawed-off shotgun, do more damage and are much more accurate. Short game deals more damage to targets closer to you, less damage to targets farther away. And winning streak, each consecutive shot on the same target does much more damage than the last. Damage bonus ends after you haven't shot for 10 seconds. So this works really good if you're dual wielding and you're not getting those headshots. I want to showcase something real quick though. If we look up in the top left, or sorry, the top right of the screen, above your ammo count, you can see these 4 little cards. Those 4 little cards right there. Those actually are your ability cards. As you can see, they're a little bit different. Let's try to get a good view, like right there. You can see it, 2 of them are actually active right now. And those would be our passive 1 and passive 2 slots. So if we look back at this real quick, right now, Gunslinger's Choice and short game are technically active right now. Which means because we are dual wielding. If I take off one of these guns, now as you can see, my first passive slot is not active anymore because I'm not dual wielding. Although short game will be active, because if I shoot anything that's close up, then we'll get the benefits of that. So if we go back to dual wielding, as you can see, both of them are active. If I click on my Deadeye, you can see that one goes active, right? Now if we go find an enemy, let's see, let's actually tonic up a little bit, because these guys are going to get kind of crazy, and I want to showcase a little bit for you guys. If we go in here and we get some people mad. There we go. This guy's mad. Oh, they're all mad. Now, if we shoot these guys multiple times, you can see the last passive slot highlights, right? The last passive slot's highlighting there. And man, these guys are brutal. Jiminy Christmas. As you guys could see, the last passive slot was active there because we were shooting the same enemy more than one time. So that's one thing I want to mention as a new player and you're changing your ability cards. Watch that top right when you're playing to see if your ability cards you're actually using, right? If you hook on an ability card and then you're never seeing it highlight at all, you may want to change it because it might just not complement your play style. Like if you clicked on some of these ability cards that are for like sniping, like sharpshooter. There, we can click on sharpshooter right here. This one, while using a scope, you deal a little more damage and take less damage. Now, if I don't ever use a scope or use this a little bit, now if I click my scope on, you can see it when active, right? Click my scope off, it goes deactivated. Click my scope on, it's active. But if I'm never using my scope and I have that card taking up one of my slots and I never really use it, then maybe you should change them out a little bit. So definitely watch that in your top right so you're able to maximize the usage of your ability cards and know you're actually getting benefits from them. Now, one thing you want to make sure, if you have a free ability card upgrade, it works for any upgrade. So you may want to save those to upgrade to level 3 like I just did right here. You may want to spend the $350 to get this upgrade and then use those free ability card upgrades for the final upgrade because it actually save you, you know, 150 bucks. Or yeah, $150 difference there. We're going to set up a build real quick that's defensive. We'll put on slow and steady because it says, well, Deadeye is active, you take much less damage and headshots do not kill you outright. Then we're going to go into our passives and set up a whole bunch of recoveries. We just upgraded this one. We'll put on a comeback stronger, and another great defensive one that we usually use is strange medicine. It means you regain a lot of health whenever you inflict damage, so for shooting people there. And then if we go to our last passive, we'll jump over to cold-blooded. I really like that one too. After killing an enemy, you regain health, so we'll throw that one on there as well. Another really good one is also peak conditioning. This one, sprinting uses less stamina, which doesn't really mean too much, but you deal much more damage depending on your current stamina level. So if you keep your stamina high, which is really easy to do. So as you can see now we've set up a pretty good defensive build out. So it all depends on your play style. Right now we probably can run into these guys and get killed a little more. We'll go try it. You saw how fast we got killed. We got slow and steady on, come back stronger. We need to make sure we have our Deadeye on, strange medicine, and cold-blooded. Let's go see what these Van Horn guys want to do with us now. I'm going to throw on a little bit of some stuff here just so our Deadeye can stay up. Right now, as you see as we go in here, watch my health bar. As soon as I shoot them, you'll be able to see my health going up a lot more, although we'll probably die pretty quick because these guys are pretty brutal. Here they're shooting at us. A couple of them right there. They haven't shot me at all yet. Dang it. Let's see. Try to shoot me, buddy. Come on. Let me shoot. There, he shot me. And see, we get our health right back by killing that guy and doing damage. This guy will shoot us a couple times. We'll get our health back. Oh, someone just shot us good. Get our health right back. Where are the rest of these guys at? They're all running now. These guys aren't mad at us anymore? Alright. But that's the difference between doing damage and actually having recovery there. You saw our health go right back up. So it all depends on your playstyle and how you actually want to play this game. Right, so now we'll go over a couple of my favorite builds I like to do. And I mentioned this earlier, there's a couple of things we'd like to change with ability cards. One of them is the ability to have loadouts, like maybe 2 or 3 loadouts where you could actually have your ability cards all set up and quickly change between them, because I hate going in and changing my ability cards, especially on the fly. I can never really remember exactly which way I want them, so be able to have 1 or 2 build outs like that would be fantastic. I hope Rockstar adds that pretty soon. And man, after starting to look at these and putting in build outs, I need to get into my loadouts and rank some of these things up and upgrade them, because I use these quite a lot, but I never really go in there and remember to upgrade them. So make sure you guys are actually listening to the tips I gave you, and make sure you watch for those upgrades and either pay for them, or the ones you like a lot, definitely get them upgraded, because I got a whole bunch that I use quite a lot that are still rank 1. All right, for a couple of my favorite loadouts, if you see Painted Black, that's what I usually use, because I've been running my game at free aim, so Painted Black's always good. If this card is different, I will mention it in the loadout of why it's different and it's part of the loadout. But for this one's actually really good for doing deliveries, or if you're in a posse and you're riding after a bounty, and you're not, you know, dealing directly with the bounty, or you're doing trader deliveries, or you're helping your posse and you're on your horse doing moonshine deliveries, because this is all about your horse. Horsemen deal more damage while you're on horseback, so if you're on your horse, you deal more damage. Ride like the wind. Whenever you take or deal damage while mounted, a small portion of it is added to your horse's stamina. which is great. So if you're getting shot at, then you're actually replenishing your horse's stamina and health, which is great. And friends for life, while mounted, you and your horse take a little less damage. So that's great. So this one's awesome if you're riding your horse doing deliveries or with your posse and you're doing bounties and people are chasing you. So definitely check out this build if you really enjoy riding your horse. All right, this build I like to call the cowboy build because it's all about dual wielding pistols. I do run dual wielding quite a lot, so I usually have this build in as my main build. Sometimes I'll change short game to like a recovery card, just so if I get shot I can get some health back a little bit. Painted black I usually have on, like I said, as always, because I use free aim now and it's a lot of fun. You can change this to slow and steady if you need to, just to do less damage, and headshots don't kill you as well. Focus fire is really good as well. I think I used focus fire quite a lot when I was a younger player or low level player. It definitely allows you to do more damage when your Deadeye's in there, which is always really good. But this one is all based on using your dual wielding pistols at close range. So if you're having fun and you go rushing into a gang hideout or rushing into a moonshiner roadblock or something, and you're always dual wielding, this one will actually do pretty dang good. Now watch out though, because those guys still shoot you pretty good, and if you get shot, you're not going to be helping yourself at all with this build. So definitely watch for that. Or this build here allows you to kind of come back from the brink of death. It's pretty dang good. Slow and steady, when Deadeye is active, you take much less damage and headshots don't kill you. The only problem with slow and steady is when Deadeye is active, you can't run or sprint. You can just crouch around. So it's, you know, on your game style. If only use this one if you don't want to run around in Deadeye. Necessity breeds. As you get closer to death, you start to do more damage. So when you get down to that, your health bar is blinking red there, you start doing more damage to finally kill that guy. Cold-blooded, after killing an enemy, you will regain a lot more health over the last 30 seconds. You saw that in some of our gameplay there. And of course, come back stronger. Health regenerates faster, and the health begins to regenerate sooner after you take damage. So these ones definitely regen health quite a lot. This one helps you during that last second, and of course this one takes you less damage. So this is a really good one as well to check out. So this build is a lot of fun to use as well. Slippery Bastard is always fun to use, especially when you're doing some posse versus or running around with your friends, because, you know, they have a hard time shooting you. Full at once take much more damage from consecutive shots, so much less damage with consecutive shots, so it allows you to get shot quite a lot. Single purpose takes a little less damage from bullets when unarmed using melee. The reason we have that one in there is because we have Hangman on. Your lasso, your enemies will deal damage. Your lasso actually does damage to them. So if you just lasso somebody, you can drag them around a little bit, they're trying to get out, and it actually will kill them pretty quick. It's pretty hilarious. Definitely check this out for a lot of fun. Again, I wish you could change these up pretty easily. Unfortunately, you gotta jump in there and remember all this stuff, so hopefully you do. So again, there's quite a lot of information in this video. I just want to reiterate that it all depends on your gameplay, what ability card you're using. I changed mine up quite a lot. Test them out, see what you like, upgrade those ones for sure. Watch for those benefit cards to come in for free ability cards and free ability card upgrades. Use those as much as you want. I definitely need to get in there and do some myself as well. I should have upgraded some when I had some money, because now I'm broke. And then of course, make sure you're watching the top right of your screen as you're using your ability cards, and make sure you're using all of them to their full potential. You don't have one just sitting there that you never use, because that's just wasting a spot. Hey Cowpoke, if you like this video, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for more Ready Line content, including tips and tricks, news updates, gameplay, just good old-fashioned fun. Hope to see you on the prairie sometime, but until then, see you later.